All right, this is something I've had on my mind for a while now, but I just never really figured out how to put it into a video. But like I finally thought about it, and plus, I've been lazy and all that stuff that I always tend to do with everything. So, but here's the thing: the Nostalgia Critic and his content, it's just not what it used to be. It's just totally changed. And now let me give you a little bit of history first on how I got into it. I was introduced to his videos by my friend Zach in January of 2009. I remember that because I was on Christmas break from college at that time. I remember, and he told me, "Have you heard about this guy?" I said, "I've heard about him, but I've never watched his videos." Then I think he showed me two videos. In particular, the ones he showed me were Batman and Robin, and then I think I saw he did Space Jam, so I decided to watch that one with him as well. And when I did, I'll be totally honest with you, I got hooked instantly. They were hilarious. I watched, after I went home and everything like that, I watched more of his videos. I can't exactly remember which ones they were, but they were great. I really liked how he would just take a movie that he thought he thought wasn't good, and then he would just review it and add humor into it. And it was really great to just see a person and himself just review a movie and try to make it funny. And then it was around no, I'm sorry, I'm going too fast here. And then I remember when I was back in college, and then all the days after that, I was always excited to check his website to see if there was a new review up that he was doing, that Doug Walker was doing. And I think it was every I don't know if it's still like this today, but back then it was every Tuesday, usually, unless something came up, he had a new video out. And they were great, they were really funny. He put a lot of energy into them, and there were some additions he did that I think were kind of funny, like when he added the thing when he says elephant and the Burger King appears, or that big lipped alligator moment thing, or if he said and there were a couple of other things, but I can't remember them off the top of my head right now. And I also liked some of the other things I did enjoy was when he did the Superman 4 review with Linkara, when he did Fern Gully with the Nostalgia Chick, and then and even when he did Alone in the Dark with Spoonie and Linkara again. And I thought those were really funny. He really had some good ways to kind of change things up a bit, but keep the same thing overall. Now, I think it was about either I think it was around mid-2011, or maybe just a little bit earlier than that, is when I really noticed he was making a lot of changes, or not really, I shouldn't say he was making a lot of changes. He was doing a lot of things that really just made him not as funny. He was doing a lot of stuff that was kind of annoying, to be honest, and that would be, excuse me, that would be roughly, I remember, he would be doing, well, I can't think of the review in particular, but he was working on some movies, and then there were times where he would just yell for like 30 seconds or more, at least that's what it felt like, or he would just keep making a bunch of noise. I can remember, in particular, his review of Twister, when they were making all that noise when they were singing in the vans or something like that, or the trucks, whatever it was, and he kept going on and on about that for about, I don't remember how long it was, but it just got repetitive and stuff, and I let it go for a while, but then it just kept happening more and more and more. Then that's when I'm like, this is becoming annoying. Like, these noise things, or whatever you want to call them, they're not funny. This is just getting to be annoying. And then, like, another example is when he reviewed The Room, spoilers, in that scene where Johnny shoots himself, and then the female character, whatever her name is, I can't remember, says, "Is he dead?" And then he starts going crazy about it. He can say stuff like, that was a stupid comment or something like that, but instead he just starts babbling about all this stuff that may be funny at first, but it keeps going on and on and on, and then it finally just gets annoying until he finally says, "This is an ex-person," or something like that. I think those were his exact words. And then there were just many reviews later on, before his first time he said he was done. I think that was in 2012 or something. I can't remember. And then every review would start with him just going crazy for like about. I think there was one review. I can't remember which one it was. It was like 3 minutes of the video I had to skip before he actually just went to the review. And then that's when I started following him less and less and less, because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is just annoying. You're supposed... Well, no, I shouldn't say you're supposed to. You should just review the movie like you've been doing for the past few years, you know? Just keep it simple instead of doing all this stuff. And then, maybe he was... But to be honest, he hasn't really, as far as my knowledge, he hasn't really done that since. So I'm not really gonna hold that to him, really, because I haven't really seen it as much in the few reviews I've checked out. But then, I don't know if he did this before his first time he said he was done, or when he returned, but he kept doing all these side skits, this, and that, and that, and that. He would keep going off in a totally different direction instead of just reviewing the movie. Like, for example, my same friend, he wanted me to watch his review of AI, and I would say like a half of the video maybe was him doing all these side TMZ skits, and then I didn't enjoy the video. I'm not kidding. I didn't enjoy it. I'm like, why can't he just stick to reviewing the movie like he always used to? And then there were a couple of more here and there. I know I went there for my friend's birthday a week or so ago, and they were doing his review of Alice in Wonderland, I think it was. And again, all these side skits, this and that, and it just got to the point of where I was like, I stopped watching his videos almost. I still watch his older videos, but I stopped looking at his website for newer videos because, in my opinion, they're just not funny anymore. And again, guys, these are just my opinions, you know. If you enjoy his current content, if you enjoy the skits he does, please keep watching it, you know. Keep watching it, you know, more the power to you. Me, personally, I just can't stand them. I liked it when he just stuck to reviewing the movie and that was it. I will say this, though. I think Doug Walker really seems like himself. He really seems like a great guy. I've seen his videos of just himself, not the Nostalgia Critic character. And there was one other time in particular that I really kept my respect for him, and that was, I think, yeah, it was in 2013 when Roger Ebert had died. I knew he was going to make a video of a remembrance of him or whatever, of something of him, because I know he was one of his favorite film critics. And I'm not gonna lie, I had an assumption where when I heard he was going to do that, I'm just thinking to myself, if he was to put skits on this video, that would just be the biggest disrespectful thing he could do. But he never did such a thing. I actually watched that video, and it was just him the entire time talking about his remembrance of Roger Ebert and how he influenced him, and that was it. And like I said, I was so happy he did not put skits in something like that. I'm like, this guy is still very respectful. Just because I don't like his recent Nostalgia Critic stuff, you know, doesn't mean I don't like the person in general. Like I said, he seems like a very reasonable person, a very nice guy, and I've seen his personal videos. You know, one thing I really think, I mean, he's probably not going to stop the skits. That's without saying, but you know, like how maybe he still does this, I'm not sure, but he had his months where he reviewed Star Trek movies. He had his months where he reviewed Halloween movies, movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger in them, and things like that. You know, I would love if he could just, even just one or two movies, if he could just have maybe 1 month of where he goes back to his old format of just reviewing the movie himself. No skits, no side things, nothing. Just him reviewing the movie, and just that. Like, watch some of his 2008, 2009 videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. If he could just have that, I would watch that, because that, to me, that's how the Nostalgia Critic is. It's just him reviewing the movie and nothing else. If he was to do that, I would love that. I would so be eager to watch that. And, you know, if he decides not to, it is what it is, you know. But I really hope he would consider something like that, because I really just, I guess you can call me a disappointed fan or whatever if you want, but he really had the most, what's the word here? Forget that. He was the best when he just stuck to the movie and him and nothing else, I'm hoping it would be great if he could do a special like that. And again, if he doesn't, oh well. But it would just be cool if he would. And that's basically it. I just want to say I really don't think his new content is that great, but I mean I still watch his older content. And like I said, if he was to do that, that'd be great. And I really don't know what else to say beyond that. Okay, I don't want to start repeating myself like I have in some other videos. So that's basically my views, guys. All right, if you agree with me on that, if you don't agree, let me know. I'd love to know. Aside from that, that's basically it. And I'll see you guys around. All right, take care.